two right angle triangles. We know they're right angled because of those little red things in the corner. Do you see the red things in the corner? Those red things mean they're right angles. Now what I did was I I copied and pasted the original diagram, which I'm circling in black. See the original diagram? I circled the original diagram and broke it up into two simpler triangles. Everybody see the two simpler triangles? Now, what did we say yesterday? We're going to use which triangle which triangle has more information? Option 2 or option 1? Which one has more numbers? One has more options, doesn't it? Now, because one has more options, what we're going to do is we're going to do what's called Pythagoras' theorem. For those of you who are out trying to listen to this, all right? What we're going to say is which one's the longest side in this triangle I'm working on? Huh? Would you all agree it's, yeah, X, or it's actually called C. He's right. C is the longest side, agreed? Okay. So, C is the longest side. And what I'm going to do now, sorry guys, I'm going to take a picture of this because my whiteboard doesn't like me using lots of marker on one slide. It's weird when I do that. So here it is here. So guys, what we're going to do is we're going to do C squared equals what? The longest side squared equals what? 6 squared and 8 squared. And because the 6 squared and the 8 squared are on their own side of the equal sign, you can put it all into the calculator and add them up straight away. Okay, what you get? 100. An answer of 100 seems a bit long, doesn't it? Because 8, 6 and 100 just doesn't seem right. So does anybody know how to finish this question? You use the square root and you get 10. Is that okay with you guys? Now, the knowledge from triangle 1 now passes into triangle 2. Now all of a sudden you have two sides of triangle 2 and you have to figure out what D is. Which, using your eyesight, which is the longest side in triangle 2? Yeah. So what you're going to say is D squared plus 10 squared equals, I want you guys to finish that for me now. So here's what you do. D squared stays the same. You can't do anything. Exactly, so that's why I'm not doing anything. I'm just writing it. But what I am going to type into my calculator is 10 squared. What is 10 squared? 100. And then I'm going to write equals, and then I'm going to type into my calculator 26 squared. Okay, and then I'm going, okay, the goal is to get D squared on its own. What's stopping D squared from being on its own? Bring it over and take it away.
576.
Yeah, because 576 is way too long, so D is 24. Is 24 a good answer? Well, 24 is not bigger than 26, which is what we wanted. And it's in between both of them, so I think that's a good answer. And it was a kitchen. But long story short is, fill in the missing dimension required to work at the perimeter. What does perimeter mean? Yeah, so if I was asked R to walk around the outside of this building, he'd be like, I walk this much, this much, this much, and this much. If you wanted the temp marks right away, what could you do? Add all the sides that you know. So what are all the sides we know? 3, 8, 6, and 2, which is 19 meters, yeah? And we need to find out what this length here is. What chapter are we in?
6.
But what have I been teaching you the last 2 days? Pythagoras. And we've been doing nothing but right angled. So here's what I'm thinking. I draw a line, oh, not that line. I draw a line going straight across. And then I draw a line going, straight down, yeah? From this point here. What triangle am I interested in, do you think? The top left one, alright? And the deal is with the top left one is we know that this is X, don't we? But what height is it from here to here? Anybody have any idea? Nearly. But you guys are guessing, I'm not. See this tree here? The green one plus the blue one has to equal 6 because 6 is the full length. Look, I know it's not drawn exactly brilliantly, but imagine when I put the green one over, the two of them have to add to 6. So to me, that means that blue one has to be a tree is, and that means that this one here is tree because it's a rectangle. And then this one here, see that red one? That red one is 2. So what does that make that purple one? 6. All right, you guys do things the longest side. So x squared equals. Well, you can't guess it. You have to work it out. So it's the other side squared and 45. 45 seems a bit long. So square root of 6.7 meters. And if you were to stop at 6.7, you'd get 8 out of 10. Why would you only get 8 out of 10 for this question? What was the original question we were asked? How much is the perimeter? How much does it take them to go all the way around? So what that had to do with the 19 meters we knew about earlier? Add on the 6 point, 25.7 meters. I think it's a bit like a shelf in a room. So do you see A to B? A to B I think is made of wood. So it's like brown. And then the metal part sort of comes in underneath and supports it from the wall. And I think what we're looking for is calculate the length of C to D. Now, I think we're all very much interested in this red triangle. Would that make sense? The red triangle is what we're looking at. So, what are the sizes of the red triangle is what we're looking at. So we'll call this X, will we? So this is X. What is it? What's this side? The length of this side? What's the length of this side? And not 23. 23 is all the way from here to here. Yeah. So what does anybody think? No, 8 is the distance from D to B. Anybody else know? It is 15. How does he know it's 15? 3, because 15 plus 8 is 23. Now, once again, it's your job to figure out the x value. Is the x value the longest side? So it's going to be x squared equals plus 15 squared. Right, give that a go. So did you get a 625? Yeah. Then when you square root that, 25. So I'm happy to say that the length of that is 25 centimeters.